This will be part two. The screen recorder, I don't know, it's tweaking, but this will be part two. I'm gonna keep reading through this article though about Ukraine and why this is a key point for World War III. It says, indeed, Ukraine has the ability to provide enough food for 500 million people, maybe more. Around 32 million hectares of land is cultivated each year, with Ukraine and Russia supplying a quarter of the world's wheat and half of its sunflower products. The country's main crops include sunflower, corn, soybeans, wheat, and barley. Ukrainian farmers are growing crops for export across the European Union, as well as China, Turkey, India, Egypt, and Africa. Right, so the EU, the beast, they got to try to protect this land, because this is a major food source for them. Right, as well as China, Turkey, India, Egypt, and Africa. More than 70% of the country is made up of prime agricultural land. Ukraine ranks first in the world in global sunflower and sunflower oil production and export. It also ranks highly as a producer and exporter of barley, corn, rye, and wheat. Ukraine also is a large provider of potatoes, believed to be the fourth largest in the world. In fact, that's a lot of food. According to statistics, Ukraine's cereals and soybean production is expected to reach 78 million tons in 2 years' time. With 42 million hectares of agricultural land available, Ukraine's agri-food potential is huge. While rising oil and gas prices have been making headlines, Russia's invasion of Ukraine is likely to drive up food prices around the world as buyers rush to find alternative supplies of wheat, corn, and sunflower oil. That's another reason why this is a key point. And the U.S., they want to be able to put, their weapons over in that region so they can kind of control the area, That was the thing, the Black Sea. It was, the Russian plane flew over in the Black Sea, And Russia like, hold up, man, this is our lands. Right? And that's another reason why the Israelites got to be back in power, man. Every nation is going to have their own lands, except for Edom. Because you guys, y'all don't want to play nice. You want to invade people and cut everybody's throat, change the lines, change the borders, remove everybody's landmark. Because that's how you marked whose land was whose. You didn't actually have it wasn't just a straight line. It was a landmark. It was a river, which a lot of these states in the United States, they started like that. You look at the border between Missouri and Illinois, it's the Mississippi River. You look at, different other states, it's this landmark. Okay, at this waterfall, this is gonna be my land. Or like you have the what's the one with the four presidents on it, the rock, I forget what it's called. But that was it before they carved those presidents' faces on it. That was a Gadite landmark. This place is full of landmarks, and Esau just this is our shit now. You can go over here. As a matter of fact, that land is too good. You can go over here. And shit, Gad, he moved them, a lot of them to the plains, to the Oklahoma. They found oil. They was getting killed off for that. Same for California. The 40, like they talk about the 49ers were, a lot of those lands were owned by Gadites, and when them Edomites came in and found gold, they got them up out of there. All right, and the heathens do the same, man. In Jamaica, they'll come down there, they'll use up your land, which, the land of wood and water, they done fucked it up, man, with aluminum factories. Russia, China, and America. And the same goes for all these different places where Jake, has tried to live peaceably. Right? And that's why it's a certain point, man, you can't be peaceable anymore. Which, what I'm saying is, this is more of the reason why the Lord has to come and he has to bring violence upon these different nations. Like you said, this woman has been made drunk with the blood of the saints. It's really, we're really past the point, man. All right, and that's basically it on that. And this place is polluted too, with blood. In Psalm 72 and 11, yea, all kings shall fall down before him, all nations shall serve him. For he shall deliver the needy when he crieth, the poor also, and him that hath no helper. He shall spare the poor and needy, and shall save the souls of the needy. He shall redeem their soul from deceit and violence, and precious shall their blood be in his sight. Yeah, the Lord sees our blood, polluting this land. The Lord sees all that. And he shall live, and to him shall be given of the gold of Sheba. Prayer also shall be made for him continually, and daily shall he be praised. There shall be a handful of corn in the earth upon the top of the mountains. The fruit thereof shall shake like Lebanon, and they of the city shall flourish like grass of the earth. His name shall endure forever. His name shall be continued as long as the sun, and men shall, which is forever, and men shall be blessed in him. All nations shall call him blessed. All right, so for the elect, this is going to be one of the rewards, man, to see things flourish. Like you look at these things now. I'm by Lake Michigan, but you can drink out of it. But they've polluted a lot of the water here. They've polluted the land. They cut you off, like I said, cut off a man's inheritance. And then they go in and they dig, these giant ass quarries up. They try to get all the gold. Man, Esau is a piece of shit. All right, Leviticus 25 and that's not what I want. 26 and 3. It's ultimately the Lord who controls all this stuff, man. If you walk in my statutes and keep my commandments and do them. Oh, talking about lands, you had certain lands which are rich in slime pits. Right, when you go into that, they take that oil out, and then they refine it, and then you get your petrol, and then you get your diesel, you get your bitumen, you get your kerosene. And that's why a lot of these Arabic countries have become rich, man, off of that slime. Scriptures talk about slime pits, like they threw Jeremiah in a slime pit. That's what powers your car. Refined tar, refined oil. It's different hydrocarbons, and they play around with the chemical composition for that. All right, but back to this, Leviticus 26 and 3. If you walk in my statutes and keep my commandments and do them, then I will give you rain in due season, and the land shall yield her increase, and the trees of the field shall yield their fruit. So the Lord can turn that on and off. And your threshing shall reach unto the vintage, and the vintage shall reach unto sowing time. So you're going to have so much. The vintage shall reach unto sowing time. It's going to be too much. And ye shall eat your bread to the full, and dwell in your land safely. And I will give peace in the land, and ye shall lie down, and none shall make you afraid. And I will rid evil beasts out of the land, neither shall the sword go through your land. And all these things are being done opposite right now with the wicked in rulership. And ye shall chase your enemies, and they shall fall before you by the sword. And that's why this place has to be destroyed, man. It says Joel 2:3, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, because this place, was bountiful, very rich. Like I said, they came up with a system where they send these barges up and down the Mississippi River, and then they got canals. They could take it up above New York, up through Canada, and they could go out that way. Or they can cut down through the Gulf of Mexico, and then they could take their shipments through the Panama Canal, to the Pacific. Shipments. This is how they became rich. Because a lot of these Edomites too, like up in Michigan, they actually sailed in through those different lakes and those different rivers. They actually sailed here, as early settlers. You had a lot of the Germans and stuff, upstate Michigan and those different parts of Canada. All right, this land was rich, but like it says, the land is as a Garden of Eden before them, and behind them, after their destruction, a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them. Nothing is going to escape this destruction that's coming. The appearance of them, talking about the missiles, is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap. Like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. And this is all of this is going to be done by these different nations, which turn their back on America. All right, and this Ukraine thing could be a primary reason for that, which ultimately is up to the Lord, but this is the median, for that particular reason, because they're having trouble eating. So, continue to watch, be occupied in prophecy. The Wadi Yahweh Shema Shah for the lesson. Shalom to the elect.